Now, my friend from Zona Franca, we are finally here with Dave Evans, the first singer of AC/DC, celebrating his 50 years of music and singing the first song of AC/DC. My friend, how you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Thank you very much.
How do you feel about being on the road of music 50 years old, my friend?
More than that. This is AC/DC, from AC/DC, but I was on the road before that.
Wow.
I was singing since I was 17
Man.
in bands, you know, so it's been quite a while and it's been my life. But I started singing when I was a niño. My father was a great singer. He was a great tenor, and I used to see my father on stage when I was a little boy.
Right on. And how do you feel now that you are just some days apart from the concert here in Peru? I mean, I know that you come here like before, but how do you feel now?
Great. I've done one show in Tacna, but this is the 50-year anniversary of the first AC/DC recordings, live on stage and in the studio. And this is the first country of my world tour. So Peru is number one on the world tour this year, yeah.
And what makes Peru so special? I mean, the environment, the people, or maybe the food that you come here?
All of those things. I was here 2 years ago. I did a show in Lima, and it was amazing. The country is fantastic. I don't have to tell you that. You know, you live here.
Yeah, I know.
And the food is just amazing as well. So it's a wonderful, incredible country. Yeah.
And being more than 50 years on the music, as you said, of course that you have like ups and downs, and you learn from the downs.
Sure.
So what are some advices that you can say to the bands that are just coming up nowadays?
Well, you've got to figure out what you want to do, where your level is. When I first started in bands, I wanted to be world class. That was the level I wanted to achieve, and you've got to put a lot into that. You've got to put your whole life. You've got to dedicate your whole life to that, and your music comes first before your girlfriend or your wife or anything. It comes first. But some people are happy to be, in a top band in the city. Some people want to be in a top band in their country. And so you put as much effort into it as is required. But if you want to be in a band that's a top band in the world, then you have to put everything. So,
and about like writing the songs, as you do, I might think, like, do you have something special to do before you write the songs? For example, lay down in your bed with total calm, or maybe you are drinking, okay, I'm gonna write a song. Like, what do you do before you write a song?
Well, it's incredible, really. When I have to write songs for an album or whatever, there's a little click in my head there, and I turn it on, and I do it physically. I say click, like that, and then I know I'm going to write songs, and I don't think about it at all. At all. I just walk around, and all of a sudden they start coming from the sky. Yeah, and,
like a blessing, yeah.
Yeah, I could be having breakfast, and all of a sudden the song will just come from the heavens. This is, and I've got to write it down right then.
Right away, yeah.
Right away, because if you don't, it's gone, right? And that's how I do it. And so it's just when I finish the album or whatever, I physically go click like that, and I don't think about writing songs again. It's an incredible experience that the wealth of writing songs is inside me, and when I mentally say, right, I want to write songs, I just do that, and I don't even think about writing. I don't sit in front of a desk and go, no, I just go about my ordinary, everyday life, and all of a sudden it just comes out of nowhere, and you've got to write it down immediately. It's magical, it's heavenly.
And that's why you have great songs. That's why.
Well, it comes from the heavens.
Yeah, that's why. And this question is a little bit deep. I mean, on the road that you are in the music, more than 50 years old, there's a specific time that you would like to do it again?
Well, it's difficult to say that. I've had and I'm still having an incredible career. I'm just traveling the world, treated like a king wherever I go. It's incredible, really. And I'm healthy still. I'm still
working hard. Yeah, I can see you're buff, man. You're buff. Yeah.
So I've been blessed, really, and a lot of other guys have come and gone. Think of all the bands that you know. They come and they've gone. They come and they're gone. Dave Evans keeps coming.
He's the king. He's the king.
El Rey.
El Rey. And what is the legacy that you would like to leave to the audience?
Well, really, just the toughness. You've got to be really tough to get through life in any way, you know, in your own life, and to be relentless, never give up, and know that you're going to prevail, you're going to win, and nothing's going to stop you from winning. Nothing. And that's just the way it is.
What are we, as a fans, are expecting for you this week, the day of the concert?
Okay, and it's a special concert. As I say, I'm starting my world tour here in Peru, and I'll be doing songs at the beginning of the concert that I recorded with AC/DC in 1974. Yeah, so that's like a little bit of a history lesson for all the AC/DC fans out there. And I'll be doing original songs that I recorded with the band in '74, and some of the cover songs that was recorded on the In the Beginning double album, so that fans will hear some of the cover songs that we did and the bands that we liked, that AC/DC liked. Then the middle part of the show is my own badass rock, okay? Badass rock. And then at the end of the show, I'll be doing some classic AC/DC songs that everyone knows and everyone can sing and go crazy. So it's a great concert.
The crowd's gonna be crazy when you're gonna sing that. And something that you haven't done as a musician yet, that of course that you are gonna do in the future, what will be?
I don't know, I've done just about everything really, but you're always looking at new things. The thing about writing songs is that you're still creating new music and new songs. That never ends, and that's part of history. Every time I write a song, or it's out there, it's part of history. And so I'm always looking forward to the new songs, the next show, the next country I'm going to go to. You're looking ahead all the time. It's always new, meeting new people.
Oh, thank you, man.
That's right, meeting new people.
Thank you.
And so it's always exciting for me. You know, I don't sit back and go, I used to be with AC/DC. I've got my own music, and I've got new songs coming out very shortly. End of last year, when I was in Denmark touring, I wrote a couple of new songs. And while I was there, I went into the studio with Flemming Rasmussen, that's Metallica's producer, and into his Sweet Silence studio there, and put down 2 new songs, and they're going to be released within the next month. So there's new stuff coming out of it. So it's exciting for me. Yeah. Exciting for me, exciting for the fans. I'm from the old school. Right? The old schools are the best schools.
The golden era.
Yeah, see. Because the best schools are the old schools, like Eton, Harvard in the United States, Oxford in England. They're the old schools, only the best go to the old schools, okay? So I'm from the old school, and I'm still writing the old school rock that people really love, yeah.
And what is something crazy that happened to you in a concert? I don't know, maybe a girl threw you out some underwear, or I don't know. What is something
I get
crazy?
that all the time. One time when I was in Queensland in Australia, a lot of the buildings there are built on stilts because it's hot up there. So they build them on stilts so you got cool air under the building, you know. And there was a big hall, and it was so hot that night, I remember. And the crowd was there, and half of the flooring crashed, smashed, and all the people just went wow into this big, massive, writhing people like Dante's Inferno, you know, and the other people were still standing. The other half was still standing. It was packed, and as the people at the back were pushing forward, they were falling into the pit like Dante's Inferno. And we kept playing, and the PA system was going like this. I thought it was going to fall. If it did, people would have got hurt, but it didn't. And we just kept playing. And then the people got up in the pit and stood there, and the concert went on. So we had half the people standing in this great pit where the floor had crashed, and the other half still standing there with some people still falling into the. That was an incredible time. It's like out of a movie. You know, it's incredible.
And before you get out to the stage, you know, to perform, there is something like you do. I don't know. Maybe you pray. Maybe you take a shot. I don't know.
I always pray, always to give me strength.
That's good.
And to give me a good concert. and I do my stretches,
Yeah.
all my stretches,
Complexes, yeah.
all that stuff to get the muscles ready to go, and I sing. Get my voice really warmed up, as all the opera singers do. All the great opera singers, Pavarotti and Gigli, they always warm up your voice. Guys in bands don't do that. They go out there.
Nowadays,
No. You're going to warm your voice up so it's ready. You got to get your body right, your mind right, okay, and say a prayer, okay, and then get ready.
You're ready.
Yeah.
Well, my friend. I want to say to you that for me, it's a dream come true to have you face to face. Maybe you don't notice, or maybe you did when you were a child and you see your fan, you know that feeling, like
Sí.
you are so happy, and
Yeah.
I'm happy that you make me feeling that now.
Yes.
And this question I'm gonna ask you, I ask to all the artists, all the bands, but you have to be very honest, okay? If you have one day left on the earth, with which artist, dead or alive, and what song, any kind of song, rock, pop, metal, whatever, you would like to play with?
What band? It'd be the Beatles, of course. There's only the Beatles. There's the Beatles and the rest of us, okay? That's just the way it is. And
Good.
so, of course, it'd be, with the Beatles all alive, of course, that would be the dream of all dreams come true.
What song do we like to play?
And song, any Beatles song, I love them all. I love all the Beatles songs, so it wouldn't matter. Whatever they say, whatever John Lennon or Paul McCartney said, we're doing this song, I go, cool, it's all right by me.
Have you ever done a cover of the Beatles?
Cover, yeah. We did cover songs of the Beatles when I first started, and in AC/DC too.
Nice.
I may do a Beatles cover song on Thursday, I'm not sure, I could do. But yeah, everybody loves the Beatles, everybody does the Beatles,
Yes.
and of course we all love Chuck Berry.
That's
Rock and roll! That's right.
Well, Fer, thank you so much for this interview. And for the channel, Zona Franca, we have a present for you
Oh, wow.
to share for you.
How cool is that? Oh, this is really cool. Very, very nice indeed.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure for me.
Wow. This is a cool shirt too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. 2F. Zona. What was that?
Zona
Franca.
Franca, yeah.
Zona Franca. How about that? 2F. A great shirt. And I'll tell you a thing about, I've also found out about Peru. The artists here are fantastic as well. I'm not just talking about the old art from the Indians, etc. The people here that do art are really fantastic. I've had a couple of other t-shirts here. They're my favorites. This is going to be another one of my favorites.
Thank you.
Lima is such a wonderful country. I'm not just saying that because you already know that. So yeah, that's
Thank you so
fantastic.
much. No, it's a pleasure. We would like to invite all the members of not only Zona Franca but all around the world to this concert.
Yes, El Roble, this Thursday. It's going to be fantastic, and it's a historic concert, and the fans, they're going to just love it, and everybody's going to be muy feliz.
Yes. God bless you, my friend.
Thank you, same to you.
Thank you.